It's week 1 of the National Football League
as we get set for a Super Bowl 48 rematch.
It's the Broncos and the Seahawks, and it comes your way next.
It's a stadium known for its design, its noise, and a fan base so passionate. Brock, you know this firsthand. They've retired a jersey number for them. Welcome, everybody, to Lumen Field here in Seattle, Washington. Now, Brock, we saw week 1 begin on Thursday night, and now 2 more teams get their season started here on Sunday. He's Brock Hewitt, I'm Kate Scott, and it is very important, partner, for both teams here that their seasons begin on a strong note.
Yeah, this is the week where I really can't take myself back to that locker room, to week 1 across the different seasons. And whether it was high school or college or pro, it was the same feeling. Right, it was hope springs eternal. Even though it's the fall and the calendar's turned and it's week 1, you're so hopeful of what lies ahead.
Eskridge to return it. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. So out come the Seahawks for their first offensive possession. They'll be led out by the 12th-year pro from West Virginia, Geno Smith.
It's the dawn of a new season, Kate, with all the promise in the world ahead of he and his squad. And this is where all that off-season planning, the reps in camp, the sweat, the blood, the tears come into play. And you really don't want to stumble out the gate. You want to be the horse who jumps to the front right away and let everybody try to chase you down.
First play of the drive. Here's Walker. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
Oh, that vision he has when he gets into space like a chess master. Seeing multiple moves ahead of time. He knows who's going to attack and what angles, and he maneuvers his way through before someone could finally get to him.
A jolt to start that drive. They're up near the 45-yard line. Smith on first down. Bails out of the pocket quick. On the run right, throwing deep down the side. And they can't connect on the deep look. Still a couple of snaps to play with, though, here. We've got second down.
I think if you look up in phase in the defensive encyclopedia, that is a picture-perfect form of it. He was all over him in coverage, really forcing the incompletion.
Second and 10. Again, it's Smith. Escapes the pocket. On the run right. This is brought in at the 15. He takes it in. Touchdown, Seattle. The Seahawks take a 6-0 lead right away. Jackson Smith-Njigba with the touchdown. He finds one of his great receivers, Brock, and they are off to a great start to begin this ballgame.
Yeah, it's such a positive offensively when he could go find not just a field goal, but a touchdown on that opening drive. And defensively, this starts to shake the foundation of your preparation and makes you wonder what's in store.
Now it's Jason Myers on for the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Seahawks take a 7-0 lead as he starts this year 1-for-1. On now is Dixon to kick this one away. So new kickoff rules. This is going to come out to the 30, not the 25 on the touchback. So the Broncos offense getting set for their first drive. They'll be let out by the final quarterback taken in the first round of this year's draft. A lot of experience from Oregon and Auburn. It's Bo Nix.
Look, there are pressures that come along with being a first-round pick. You're expected to lead your team to bigger and better things right away, no matter the situation you're drafted into. But to his credit, he hasn't shied away from any of those pressures. He's been the guy they needed off the field. Now we finally get to see what he can do on it.
Flush down now. Seahawks bringing the pressure, and they got him. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
First couple snaps, first drive of the game, it's all about who can land that opening punch. Gain that first advantage in a game-long back and forth. Well, that opening punch was a solid cross, maybe even an uppercut that caught him right on the job and sets an immediate tone for this defense. There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage. And that really did help force the incompletion.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the defense comes through. That's going to back them up and bring up 4th down.
They may not have been the first defense to hit the field today, but certainly they wasted no time making their presence felt. A couple sacks in just the first few plays here, and they'll add more to it if this offense doesn't start to figure out their protection.
Now on 4th down, it's Trenton Gill out to kick it away. And no doubt he wants to get his season started with a good one here. Picked up at the 38. And a good return as he gets him up across midfield and into enemy territory. He manages 13 on this punt return. And it'll be Seahawks football.
Hey, here we go, hey.
Toss play, this is Walker. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
This is Walker on 2nd. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
This coordinator tried to show some trust and belief in his offense. A run after a negative run? Well, you lose a lot of equity and belief in that coordinator. I don't think he's going to try a 3rd run after back-to-back negative losses.
Flushed out of the pocket. On the run right, throwing deep down the side. And that's going to be knocked away, incomplete. Well, no look on his first look of the game. And they're going to be stuck with a 4th and long.
You know, I don't fault that look at all, Kate, downfield. It was just an excellent defensive play to deny him the ball and knock it away. That is good on good.
Ready.
Smith on 4th down. Rolling out to his left. That's incomplete on 4th down, and they'll turn over possession.
You know, Kate, I don't think I've ever met a defender that cares. All they want to do is get off the field. Doesn't matter if it's a drop pass, deflection, breakup, even an interception. Challenged by the offense to get it.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
I know quarterbacks get paid a lot of money and a lot of glamour in this league, but today, well, it's a tough day for this QB. He's taking a beating. And whether it means changing up some of the blocking schemes, maybe mixing in a little bit of run, or heck, this quarterback getting the ball out of his hand more quickly, he's got to start protecting himself.
Gonna have to wait a little longer for his first catch of the game. So they're left facing 3rd and long. To throw, here's Nix. Got Williams, and it's complete. And he'll be brought down after getting it to the 47-yard line.
Translatable skills. That's what you call it. So effective as a runner, but those same traits that make him a great runner, adept at getting those yards, well, he translates it now as a receiver in the open field.
And this one ventures out of play on the fly. The question is where it's marked. Looks like they'll say the 17-yard line. The Seahawk offense ready to get going once again. And they sure surprised us, going for 2 in that spot on their last drive. Not sure we're going to see that call come out here again. 1st and 10 now. Here's Smith. He's on the move. He can run it. And he's going to step out a yard or 2 short of the 30. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12.
That is so demoralizing for a defense. You lock things down in coverage. You do everything right on the back end, only to see the quarterback escape, evade the pressure, and get that 1st down anyway.
A play fake. Now Smith to throw. Buying some time left. Now here he goes again. And he's going to get this up close to the 40 before going out.
Well, you don't get the 1st down, but I'll tell you this, Kate, that drives the defense and the defensive coordinator nuts. They do everything right. They win, and yet still QB makes something out of nothing.
About set for the 2nd quarter. Seahawks football here. They're looking at 2nd and pretty short. They go play action. Here's Smith. Buying some time right. Took off with it again. And he'll be across midfield and close to that 45 before going out. That's 16 on the pickup. And it sets up Seattle with first down. Now he'll throw off the play fake. Finds Smith and Jigba. And they bring him down at the 7-yard line. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets him up with first and goal.
So many cool fundamentals on display right there, Kate. Look the ball in your hands, number one. Don't turn your eyes away from it before it gets to you. And when you've got that catch secured, snap that head forward and find that space upfield to turn a good play into a great play.
They'll break the huddle and come up on first and goal.
Here we go, here we go.
They go with Walker here. And he won't challenge for the goal line. The stop made at the 4. They're 3 yards closer to the end zone. Here comes second and goal. Walker. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. It's a gain of 3. That leaves him only a yard shy on third and goal. They'll try to run it with Walker. And he could not get there. They stopped him right at the line. No gain on the run, and how about this? It brings up fourth and goal from the 1.
Well, this defense simply outplayed the offense here on these first 3 downs. And now they put this offense in the unenviable position of deciding what to do on fourth and goal.
Trying for it, it's Walker. And he runs it across. Touchdown! The Seahawks pull that in front further, 13-zip. Kenneth Walker, the touchdown. Well, they took a gamble, and it paid off with a touchdown on fourth and goal.
And to do it on the ground at that's a confidence builder. Confidence builder for the big guys up front. Confidence builder for the running back to win at the line of scrimmage. And frankly, Kate, a confidence builder for this fan base that loves coaches being aggressive and going for it on fourth down.
On now is Dixon to kick this one away. Here's a return from the 7. He's brought down at what looks like the 24-yard line. Well, we've already seen some nice plays here, and we're going to see plenty more before this game ends. But you might be thinking, with plays like that, my guys' ratings should be better. Well, you're not alone. You got a chance to let the Madden Ratings Hotline know just what you're thinking. Give them a call, 1-844-MADDEN-1, and make your case for who should get a boost. Nothing for him on that play as we've hit the 2-minute warning. We're at the 2-minute warning now from Seattle. The Broncos driving. 2nd and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. Shotgun snap to Nix. It's taken in by Williams. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down. Out of the gun, it's Nix. The skip. This time they're going to get there, and they drop it. Broncos have to hurry here. Clock's still running. They're on him again, and he goes down again. And the back-to-back sacks. Nice work by the defense there. Sets him up with a third down.
Okay. Can I be honest with you? I'm just starting to feel bad for this quarterback and his family, because he is just taking a beating before our eyes.
And they'll bring him down after a pretty short game. After that play, we see some concern from their guys on the field. And now we know why. One of their best players was hurt on the play and is getting worked on. Trenton Gill on the punt. And he'll try to hit this one well. And he's certainly been staying busy. Once again, he's out to punt and sends this flying. Starts his return from the 23. And this return finally comes to an end. What a stretch it was to give his guys a short field. Oh, he nearly took this one all the way. Huge return that easily could have ended with 6. And they're going to take over possession. Walker on first down. And he's brought down for a loss.
We take a break from his regularly scheduled programming of pass coverage duties to see him add in a little contribution in the run support. And his teammates, you can just see the body language. Little nod, little grin, little what?
And forget the field goal, Brock. They reach the end zone to end this first half on a high note. It's what every player who scores a touchdown wants to do, Brock. He wants to get right back there and put another 6 on the board.
I've never met an NFL player content with one end zone trip in a game.
Nope.
Yeah, if you're content, you're not making it to this league. You get one, you're instantly thinking of another, and the fortunate few are able to actually deliver on it.
That one right down the middle. And the Seahawks stretch their lead to 21. That brings us to our first halftime of the new season. Now we'll jump from the West Coast to the East Coast, down to our studios in Orlando. Jonathan Coachman standing by with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Kate, thanks very much. More from you and Brock in a moment. But first, time for a look around the NFL to see what's going on here and what's already been an eventful afternoon of football. We'll start up at Highmark Stadium, just outside of Buffalo, where it was the Bills who pick up the victory at home. Josh Allen, 4 touchdown passes in the victory. From there, we head down south to Tampa to check on the Bucs at home at Raymond James Stadium. And they have the lead over the visiting Washington Commanders. The Bucs looking to sew that one up, and they look to be in pretty good shape. Finally, let's get over to Inglewood, see what's happening with the Chargers at home at SoFi Stadium. As you can see, the score there in the second quarter. Minshew Mania's back in silver and black. Gardner Minshew with 2 touchdown passes. It was a strong first half for the former Spartan Kenneth Walker. He chipped in a couple of touchdown runs as he was running with determination right from the word go. This was an extremely one-sided first half. One team showed up ready to go. The other's been in a daze thus far, but there's still plenty of time left for this one to tighten up significantly. These two teams making their final adjustments for the second half ahead. It's time to get back at it. For the call, let's rejoin Kate Scott and Brock Heward.
Thanks so much for the look around the league, Coach. But now it's time to turn our attention back to this one as we begin the third quarter. We'll see what the first half adjustments of the season are as they're teed up, and away we go in our second half. And the return sets them up just beyond their own 20. Denver set to take the field on offense. And this game might be going better if he could have some more time just to work back there. This pass rush has been all over them. Really keeps taking this offense out of any grooves that they've... And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Drive begins with a run. It's Williams. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
I know from the position of the quarterback, Kate, sometimes you hand that ball, you put it in the belly of the running back, and you send him right into the teeth of a buzzsaw. You can feel it from the jump, and that call from the defense, that came at the perfect time.
Pressure coming for Nix. Escapes the pocket. He gets forward, and that's about 4 yards. It was Tyrell Johnson with the tackle. Drive in dire straits. It's 3rd and 9. Nix from the gun. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of 4th down.
How many times we see these coaches after games sit there at the press conference and pull out the stat sheet, and when they do, they look for some anomalies. And today, well, this head coach is going to be very proud of a defensive effort getting after the quarterback 6 different times. 6 sacks, and they've had a heyday in the backfield.
And he's going to set him up with a pretty short field here, Brock, after getting a big chunk on that return. Whistles after that play for an unfortunate sight. A player hurt in the first game of the season. Training staff out to work on him. First and 10 from the 41.
Hey, here we go, hey.
Out of the gun, here's Smith. On the move, headed right. Into the hands of Tyler Lockett. That play good for 17 and a first down.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. A lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
First down, Smith to throw. And disaster averted. He knocks away the deep ball, incomplete.
Any DB prefers a highlight reel interception to just forcing an incomplete pass. But as soon as he realized a pick wasn't possible on the play, well, he gets his hands on it and made sure it wasn't completed.
Back to the air, it's Smith. He rolls to his right. And that's nearly intercepted, but couldn't hang on. Just a harmless incompletion. It's third down. He's got it on the bootleg. Complete beyond the marker. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. They get 22 on that one. And that gives them first and goal.
Ready!
First and goal at the 2-yard line.
Walker. Reaches the end zone. Touchdown, Seattle. Seahawks push their lead further to start the half. Kenneth Walker, the touchdown. His third of the game on the ground. Well, Brock, you know this better than most. In baseball, it's 3 strikes and you're out. I know you experienced that a lot, but on the gridiron, you're feeling pretty happy, right? If you could strike the end zone 3 times in one game.
Yeah, I'd rather go hockey and soccer. That's just the positive guy in me. They call that a hat trick. It's worth celebrating.
Look at you.
And yeah, they should celebrate this effort.
Myers gets the point after to go. And the Seahawks continue piling on to this lead. On now is Dixon to kick this one away. Return starts at the 3. And he's brought down just inside the 25 on the return. The Broncos offense all set to go. All the touchdowns have come from one side of the field, Brock. They're still looking for their first points of any kind in a game that has gotten out of hand. And the defense gets there to force a small loss. Back to the line they go. It's second down. Knicks off the play action. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that pushes them back. Third down coming up.
Yeah, let's give some credit to the defense here, Kate. Right? We talk about explosive plays. Every offense is looking for them. But when a defense can go back-to-back, Jack, with a tackle for loss and a sack, well, they're more than doing their job.
Made the throw as he was getting hit, Brock, and it's incomplete.
You need to buy your receivers enough time to get open along your route, and your quarterback enough time to find and hit them with the throw. When the line doesn't hold up, incompletions follow.
He takes this in on his side of midfield. And the coverage team is there as he fields it, so almost nothing on that return before he stopped. Nice kick there. It's a punt of 53 yards. And they'll get ready to go on offense. The Seahawks in good field position to start this drive off as they head up to the line. 1st and 10. Smith in the pistol. Headed out right. On the run right, throwing deep down the side. And he's there to send that one away, incomplete.
I don't fault the look downfield at all. I mean, that was just a situation there where it's a better defensive play than the offense executing.
Off the play fake, he's going to throw. Bails out of the pocket quick. On the run right, throwing deep down toward the sideline, and it's intercepted. Pat Surtain has it. Well, he didn't like what he saw from the pocket, Brock, so he kicked it out right. Coverage did a great job, though, never letting up, and they were there to pick him off.
Yeah, as a QB, you're just trying to buy a little time, break that defense down, but you know how you could tell a well-coached defense? When that QB rolls right, the coverage rolls right with him, flows right with him. So whether he threw it from the pocket or near the sideline in that case, I think we were in store for a similar result.
Going to the ground again on 1st. And he's brought down after a solid gain on what's going to be the final play of the quarter. We've reached the end of 3 in our Week 1 opener. It's Broncos football as we enter the 4th of what's been a largely one-sided game. Second and 6 coming up here. From the 39. Rolling left, buying some time. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
You know, before the snap, right before the snap, you may have to take off if the read isn't there. That was a great adjustment made at the perfect time for the 1st down.
Buys time, rolling right. Oh, he's going for it again. They'll get 14 yards and a new set of downs.
You know, these are the type of plays that really get an offense going. This is a chance for a QB to inspire the guys around him. Calling his own number, carrying his teammates to a 1st down on that big run.
And they get to him way behind the line on this one and take him down. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up. Another try following the sack. Flushed out of the pocket. He's on the move. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory. Gotta figure out this 3rd down here. Blitz coming, Nix. That one's complete, right side. And he's going to be drugged down, looks like at that 37-yard line.
Pursue, pursue, pursue. It's why they do these drills all the time, Kate. You do them through the offseason, you do them through training camp, you do them in the regular season. Because when a defense plays with tremendous pursuit, you force 4th downs just as they did.
And all their pressure gets it done. That's a sack on 4th down as they force the turnover.
Hey, I get it, it's already over, but go down swinging. Unfortunately, that play, like so many of them today, Kate, has been pretty indicative of how this contest has gone.
The give now to Walker. And this goes across midfield and into Broncos territory. Only 2 yards, and it brings up 2nd and 8. So we're down to the 2-minute warning here from Seattle. Seahawks looking like they'll start this season with a win. Eight yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. From the gun, Smith. Forced out to his right. On the run right, throwing deep down. They connect on the deep shot. And they're not stopping the destruction, partner. That is caught. Touchdown. The Seahawks continue piling it on here in the 4th. Jackson Smith and Jigba with a touchdown. His 2nd scoring catch of the game. The Seahawks offense, look at this. They aren't leaving the field, lining up and going for 2. He's throwing for it. Chased out to his right. And they aren't slowing down in the slightest. 2 more to their lead. Man, what a blowout we've got here. All right, I think I already know the answer to this question, but I'm gonna ask it anyway. Game well decided. How does a former player like yourself feel about that decision?
Yeah, whatever you think your answer is, Kate, you're right. I don't think there's anybody that likes this, and I don't think it really is a case when you're up this big. You're just trying to embarrass your opponent, and you better be careful.
His return starts at the 5. And in the end, Brock, an exciting touchback as the return comes out to the 30. Denver ready for another offensive possession. And they'll get one final chance in a game that, to put it mildly, Brock, has been a bit of a miserable experience for him. Throwing on first down, Nix. And he maybe got back to the line there, but no further.
What an excellent job there by the defense. Once he gets out on the move, to be able to corral and contain him and not give up any yards. So often the unit can't keep that contained, and a play like that will go for a big game.
Seahawks bringing the pressure, and they got him. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up. Here's Nix to throw. And they get to him again. And consecutive sacks have them staring at a tough 4th down. Here comes the Broncos punting unit. And he finally gets a hold of one here. This is hit far. He'll start from the 39. And a dive forward, a couple of more, a little exclamation point on some great starting field position. It's a 61-yard punt that time. And it'll be their football. The Seahawks in good field position to start this drive off as they head up to the line. 1st and 10. Wow, they're going to pass it here. He's on the move. Down the run right, throwing deep down the... Big gain downfield. Touchdown, Seattle. So an exclamation point there. That caps off what, and I think you'd agree, Brock, has been a dominating performance.
Yeah, I would. Really in all phases, too. You know, I thought coming in that this would be a much closer game than how it's turned out to be. And you got to give credit where it's due. This offense has been outstanding throughout.
Myers to add the PAT. The point after splits the uprights. And the Seahawks grow their lead yet again. On now is Dixon to kick this one away. Brings in the kick at the 9. And he's brought down, Brock, and that brings this ball game to a close. So it's a win for the Seahawks. And they're one of the fortunate teams to begin the season with a 1-0 record. So far, so good to begin this new campaign. And with Brock Heward and our EA Sports crew, I'm Kate Scott saying so long from this one. The Seahawks winners as we say so long from Seattle.